What an amazing day at this beautiful complex. This is the Visit Panama City Beach College Baseball Classic. This is the championship game on Perfect Game TV. Out of Alabama, Wallace-Dothan, the Governors, the historic program, going toe-to-toe with the host team, the number 23 team in the land. It is Gulf Coast, the great team out of Panama City. This event started with 8 teams that were ranked in the top 23 of the 16. It's definitely, absolutely, the road to Grand Junction. You can see the rankings with Gulf Coast as the number 1 in host and riding our way through, but so many ranked teams: McLennan, San Jack, Florida Southwestern, Northwest Florida State, Florence Darlington, Wabash, Chipola, all ranked, all being eliminated, except for Gulf Coast. They remain standing, ranked inside of the top 25. Hi there, folks. My name is Darren Sutton alongside Brian Sikowski. Welcome to the championship game at this beautiful complex. Wallace-Dothan, as we've talked about, a historic program. They were 1 win shy of going to the JUCO World Series last year. The legend Mackie Sasser retired at the end of last season with 800 wins. They've got a brand new coach. We'll introduce you to him. This is a team that went to the JUCO World Series and did so back in 2017. And then, of course, Gulf Coast State, kind of a rising program now with brand new head coach Tyler Younger. In his second year, he was an assistant when Mississippi State won the College World Series under Chris Lemonis in 2021. He's building something special here at Gulf Coast State. They've moved inside of the top 25 rankings for this year. They were 31-18 last year. Brian, this is a celebration of the sport. It's a celebration of this level of baseball. And these are 2 really unique programs that aren't too far from one another as the crow flies. They get to play for the championship.
Yeah, and this is, we talked about it in the last broadcast, Sud. It's cool when they're the 2 local clubs, and I know Dothan isn't exactly local, but relatively speaking they are. And we got the host club here. These guys are decked out in the all blues. We talked about yesterday how much we like that look. It's look good, feel good, play good vibes from Gulf Coast right now, and this is going to be a good one. We're going to see the depth. These guys have thrown their best arms already. They had to do it to get here. Now we're going to see the depth. We're maybe going to see some freshmen. We're maybe going to see some guys who are trying to figure out what their role is going to be. Both head coaches are going to be treating this game intently as far as a case study and who their team is. And like you said in the open, Sut, this is the road to Grand Junction. There are World Series teams here, and we're excited to be a part of the opening of this season.
Yeah, it's a real celebration, and it's a wonderful opportunity. I think, Brian, let's celebrate the athletes in this opportunity, no matter if you're on a team that's ranked outside of the top 50 or you're one of those top teams. Bottom line, for all of these players in this great event, it's been a chance to play in front of full years, whether they're watching the recruiting coordinators on video or professional scouts that are watching in person. It's a wonderful stage.
Absolutely, and that's the point of it, right? That's kind of the point of what Perfect Game is, like in its essence. It's we want to be the stage. The players are here. The game is about them. We're trying to provide recruiting coordinators and of all levels of college baseball, as well as professional scouts, with the platform to watch these guys perform. And that's what we're doing here. There couldn't possibly be a bigger one than what we're doing here on Perfect Game TV, as well as this wonderful complex here in Panama City Beach. And I'm excited to get going. It's been an incredible weekend. I almost don't even want it to end, but it's got to end sometime, so why not with a championship game?
Tell us a little bit about Ryan Isle. He replaces longtime major leaguer and then longtime JUCO legendary coach Mackie Sasser, who 800 wins, 25 years later, 6 times conference coach of the year. Mackie Sasser gives the rotation, the roster, all of the responsibilities to Ryan Isle, the Australian-born coach. Tell us a bit more about him.
Yeah, and that's kind of the all you need to know is that Mickey Sasser signed off on it. There's nothing I could say that would promote it more than that. But when a legend like Coach Sasser is and was, when he wants to hand over the reins and he hand selects a guy, and that to me kind of says all you need to know. And we could say the same thing about Coach Younger there. When Michael Candler stepped away from coaching Gulf Coast State just to be the athletic director there, and it was his hire to make, and he made the call on Tyler Younger, and obviously it's been a huge success so far and will continue to be, but the mark of when that legendary head coach, when the guy who's done it forever, when he decides who's going to take over for him, that's as good of a recommendation as you could possibly get.
That's a good shot of Logan Johnson, who leads things off. There's a name like Cade Snell. There's a name like Carlos Vasquez. Logan's on your list. There's some pretty talented athletes I know you're excited to watch play for Wallace-Dothan.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should have any number of prospects in this game from both teams. The Govs have been swinging it well this week. We saw Cade Snell, who probably is their best pro prospect. We saw him pitch in the opening game where he threw extremely well. He's committed to Alabama. But this is a team that has some interesting freshmen, too. Excited to see them. Excited to see how they perform on a big stage like this. I know it's early in the season, Sut, but that doesn't take away from how intense this is going to be.
Ben Tedesco leads the charge onto the field. You see Logan Johnson, one of the better players, as he talks about Vasquez and Snell. All three of them are pro prospects. It's Caps, the freshman, Wilmot right behind him, Ellis Yan, Sean Dornell. Grayson Ash is behind the plate. Big responsibility for a freshman. And also up the middle in Corey Berry. There's Ryan Isle, a team that last year was 34-22, and a bounce or a breaking ball away from going to the JUCO World Series. But they hope to get there this year. This is a lot of man, a tall drink of water. Meet Ben Tedesco. He takes the rock and he rolls. He's out of Louisville, Kentucky. This is a true freshman, a 2022 grad, the son of Amy and Jim. Ben takes the mound. He was the 2022 KHSAA state champion at St. Xavier High School. So he won a lot in high school, and he's earned this chance to pitch on the final day.
Yeah, it's a big-bodied guy, and when I talked to Coach Younger before the season, this is one of the freshmen that he brought up. This is a guy who, like all freshmen, we're not entirely sure what we have yet. It's been a good fall. You like the progress that he made throughout the course of the winter, but again, not battle-tested yet at this level. Won a lot in high school. That's obviously a positive thing, but not battle-tested at this level, and they're going to find some things out about him right here.
And so away we go. Look, Brian and I are honored that you found us, whether it's on your Roku Fast channel or on your laptop. If you did find us on your laptop, don't forget, we're a smart app device, so you can go ahead and get that app and put it on your largest TV that you have in the house. Watch us that way. That's how we do it in our home. Just find in your app store perfectgame.tv. Here's Logan Johnson, Carlos Vasquez behind him. Let's play a title game in beautiful Panama City Beach. First pitch fastball. We're underway over the inside corner to Johnson, the center fielder. That's strike one.
Tedesco, not a huge velo guy yet, but as you can see, this is one of the intricacies of the junior college level is you can see on that body, like, hey, this guy's going to get bigger, he's going to get stronger, he's going to throw harder. And while at the D1 level, you can't necessarily wait for that, at the JUCO level, that's what it's designed for. It's, okay, now you can take this 2 years of development, get to where you're going to pitch at a D1 level and then go on, as opposed to going to a D1 and then maybe redshirting and not pitching at all your second year as you continue to build yourself up. But just another one of the benefits of junior college, and I think this is a perfect example of that.
He threw a pretty breaking ball right under the hands of Logan Johnson. Goes back in there, back foot with it, and he got a commitment. Outstanding pitch there. He went breaking ball, really, that could have been called a strike. Then he just went for the hammer. That's a nasty pitch.
It's a back foot pitch. It's a place that you want to locate to against lefties when you're throwing a right-handed breaking ball. The problem with that is if you don't, it's in the happy zone. So when you can bury it on that back foot like that, and vice versa applies to like a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter, but when you can bury it on that back foot and it looks like a fastball coming out of the hand, you get those ugly kind of check swings over the top that are definitely swings. But again, you have to put it there because if you miss up by even a few inches, it's in that happy zone.
When Carlos Vasquez graduated high school, Lawrence High School in Kansas back in 2021, he was a number 3 ranked middle infielder in his home state. He's got a Missouri State name tied to him as well, playing for this program, though, and he jumps ahead 2-0.
This is another one of those examples. Neither of these teams have seen each other yet. Going to feel each other out, especially with freshman pitcher on the mound. There's probably not much of a book on him yet. I know he's thrown a few innings this year already, but still not much of a book yet. Still going to figure him out. Wants to work the edges with the fastball, wants to spin that curveball, and obviously with that big body too.
Vasquez having a big event. He's got 6 hits and 10 at-bats coming in. He also has 3 walks. 9 times, make it 10 times and now his 4th game. He has found his way on for the 10th time.
Such a valuable skill, just such an intensely valuable skill to be able to know the zone that well and be patient and not want to expand. And it's a mental block for a lot of hitters that they need to get over, and the ones that do end up better. But it's okay to walk. Again, I'll say it again. It's good to walk. We love walks as an offensive team.
Cade Snell from Birmingham, Alabama, drives one towards deep right field. That one's gone. What a start for the Governors. Snell with the bomb. It's 2-0.
Ball was crushed. Fastball in the inner third of the plate, just didn't quite get it inside enough. And Snell, an extremely physical, powerful left-handed bat and left-handed arm, didn't miss that. That ball was crushed.
Oh, baby, the 20-year-old. Just turned 20 years old. This is the way to celebrate that birthday with his teammates and a bomb.
Yeah, that's just all kinds of leverage, all kinds of strength. He knew it right away. I think the entire stadium did. Yeah, 423 feet, Aaron. 423 of them.
Baby. He already had 3 hits and a walk prior to that, so he was doing just fine, thank you very much. He was 3 of 7. He had a triple as well. Now you can add a homer. So the on-base high. He also on the mound pitched 5 1/3 and struck out 5. Pitched very well against State College of Florida.
Really talented two-way player. Like, obviously, we're seeing him put it on display this weekend.
Brody Capps is out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Phoenix City Central High School. He's a 2022 graduate. Still just 18 years old, playing in a unique spot. Number 4 hole hitter on a high-level JUCO program. 2-1.
This is, again, this is something we've talked about a bunch so far this weekend, but when you get behind early, hey, it's 2 runs. So what? You made 1 bad pitch. Just lock back in, get yourself back into the dugout. Gulf Coast has shown all weekend that they can swing it too, and they'll be aggressive and they'll put runs up. But important to not let this spiral into a crooked number now.
Capps draws the walk. That's his first walk of this event. He has 3 hits and 12 at-bats as well. Visit and a conversation. The catcher, Coleman Rowan. We've seen Rowan work behind the plate most of this event. You think about this Gulf Coast State program and an opportunity, as we mentioned, for Ben Tedesco. There's some good names on the mound, though. Carson Dorsey, Christian Alpar, who you've talked about, Dalton Davenport. And a chance to work amongst those arms, a chance to grow for Tedesco.
Absolutely, and you have some veterans on this staff to help him. Carson Dorsey, obviously. Christian Alpar is also a freshman, but the number 1 JUCO prospect in the land. Clearly, he's doing something right. So it's a good staff for him to learn from, and he's a freshman. And Coach Younger told us, "Hey, we got those 2 hosses at the top and the lefties, but after that, we're gonna have to count on freshmen. We're gonna have to get some guys to develop."
Pretty good pitch, just missed the inside corner to Warwick Wilmot. Some action in the bullpen already for Gulf Coast, is just in case they need to go to someone, they will. That looks like Alex Collins quickly getting ready, 2-way player. Outfielder, right-handed pitcher as well. Wilmot, been pretty good. He's got a couple of singles. He's got 4 walks. That means he's gotten on base 6 times in 3 games in this event. Again, 2 singles, 4 walks, and just 1 strikeout.
Hometown of Panama City, Florida. He's here. He's playing at home. He's got his home crowd here in front of him.
You guys saw him play in the fall event, the ACCC Fall Showcase Tournament, the perfect game put on at Hoover. And then it feels like it was only a few moments before that he was playing in the PG High School Showdown for the Arnold Marlins.
It's a good fastball there. Has some running life to it. A good spot on the inner third. Sometimes, sometimes just 1 pitch like that can get you back into rhythm. That was perfectly located. Easy to throw a strike there and probably taking 3-0, but still, when you locate a pitch, it can give you a little confidence into your next one.
Pulls the hands in, winds it into right field for a base hit. Lozama will hurry it back in. Ethan Lozama plays it on a hop. Strikeout, then walk, homer, walk, and single. And Wallace-Dothan, the Governors, making noise.
Yeah, this is starting to evolve a little, or starting to devolve, excuse me, if you're Gulf Coast State. That was a good swing on a hittable fastball. Kind of met it at the spot, beat it to the spot with the bat speed, and kind of missing over the heart of the plate at 83, 84 is not going to go your way most of the time.
Sounds like my entire pitching career. He's going to blow right past that and be great. You can see with the frame, but those of us, please raise your hand if you've split the plate at 83, 84 and lived to tell about it. Not many of us. Ellis Yon, the left fielder, close stance, right-handed batter, shoots that one to the right side. Funky spin on it, so much so that it eats him up and curls down the line. He'll take another bag. Out front, a run will score. Looked like he capped that baseball, and he'll take it.
Ellis Yon has hit a couple of bombs the other day, too. A guy who's been a really good offensive performer for them so far this weekend. That's just a pitch away that you kind of just try and shoot in that direction. I don't know if he meant to hit a cue ball, but either way, that's a double down the line. 3-0, a couple of more ducks on the pond, and Gulf Coast is in danger here.
Yeah, you could see that ate up Walt McConnell. He went to play with the outstretched glove, and it took a hard left turn on him. Give Lozama credit. He was coming in hard the entire time, knowing the unique look, and this may mean the end of the opportunity for this right-handed pitcher. He will live to have more great days for sure. You can see the projection, but in a game like this, the head coach Tyler Younger, he wants to win this thing, wants to win this event, keep that trophy in his office for his players to look at, and so he will make a change and get a different look. It looks like Alex Collins was warming, and Collins, number 7 on that jersey, will take the opportunity to go to work. Not how you planned it, Brian, but time to gut check right away.
Yeah, and this is one of those moments. That's a learning moment for him. And we talked about it coming into the broadcast, but true freshman hasn't quite seen that level of opposition talent yet in terms of what he had to navigate with that Dothan lineup. But that's a learning opportunity for him. No, it wasn't a good outing. He gave up 3 runs and a bunch of base runners and recorded 1 out. We all get that. But if you can handle that adversity, if you can learn from that, if you can come back a better pitcher from that, if you can take that, how you feel now, and channel it into training intensity and all those things, that can be a positive for him. And here we are. It's still February. It's early February. The season's barely begun. A lot of things you can take from an outing like that will help you become a better pitcher in a couple months. So
Alex Collins goes to work. Earlier today we had a fun championship game, a Division II JUCO team in Meridian, who, by the way, threw a no-hitter at Florida Southwestern yesterday, and they just exchanged blows. Back and forth they went. There were big blows in this one. There were great defensive plays. There was the play of Ty Johnson. He had a couple of huge hits and RBIs as well, a true pro prospect for McLennan. Really strong defense as well. And as we played late in this game, and we had the runner at second, the international tiebreaker, things got a little bit interesting. Both these teams will tell you the other deserved to win. The other deserved to win. And that's the kind of reaction you'd expect. A ton of respect. It was a heartbreaker, certainly, as McLennan beat Meridian, but Meridian with a lot to say about their effort today, Brian.
Yeah, definitely, and that was such a good game we just saw. The competition back and forth, the nobody really getting ahead of the other, and tight defense played late, and Meridian going toe-to-toe with one of the powers in JUCO, but Meridian is also one of the powers in JUCO. They just play at a level down. But I've been saying it for years that during LSU Eunice's run as a dynasty, Pearl River last year, there have been D2 teams that absolutely would belong in Grand Junction.
From University Christian High School, a good-looking breaking ball from Collins to start things off. He gets the call. He gets this opportunity. University Christian in Jacksonville, Florida. He fires a couple of strikes and jumps right ahead. That's the way you want to start it against Sean Darnell, the second baseman.
As the guy Coach Younger told me about before the season, like, hey, watch this breaking ball. This is what he said. He's like, hey, we're still figuring some things out in terms of the delivery, but he said this guy's got a hammer, and it looks like he didn't lie to me.
And two, you have a right-handed pitcher, Brian, throwing to a left-handed batter, completely fooled here.
Yeah, that's just a hammer. There really no other way to say it. We just saw one in the last game too. I'll be curious to check the TrackMan on that. But high slot. Here comes the power downer spin. Maybe he's not a long guy yet. Maybe this is something you can only use for an inning or two at a time right now in his development. But what a weapon.
Grayson Ash from Montgomery, Alabama. Ash takes low and away. Getting to know Alex Collins on the fly. Breaking ball, that's what we're talking about. That's the calling card. So you think about Collins and how you have to be a coach to see something in a player. Collins had all of last year in high school, 28 in the third innings. Now he struck out 31, incredible, but he gave up 21 runs. He was a work in progress then. So to see what Coach Younger is seeing has got to be really great vision, and you can see why he likes him. Let's hope he hangs in this game for a while. It's going to be fun to watch the talented Alex Collins work. Now, what else is fun? Homers are fun. Wallace-Dothan jumps out on top. They lead it by a score of 3-0. Cade Snell hit it off Brian in the studio. Thomas Collier has something to work with as it pertains to support as we fly high above this beautiful complex. We'll take a peek at the Gulf as well. It's 20, nearly 30 miles of white sand beaches as we see R.J. Johnson at the top out of North Carolina. Hometown guy Cade Parker from Panama City Beach. An amazing story of Ethan Lozama, who is from Guam. Rowan Coleman is behind the plate. He is from Florida. Fargo, North Dakota is the home of Brock Palmer as we look on down the lineup. Walt McConnell is from Columbus, Georgia. Those are some of the key figures for Tyler Younger's team, who went 31-18 a year ago. Number one in that jersey, it's Thomas Collier, the right-hander. He gets the assignment. He's out of Ozark, Alabama, and he's got some runs to work with. I'm guessing his thought is strike throwing. Let's do a lot of it now.
Yeah, just fill it up. Anytime you can take the mound after your teammates have staked you to a lead, and obviously this isn't an insurmountable lead, but several runs is several runs nonetheless. So the job here is, like you said, Sut, fill it up. Throw a bunch of strikes, let your defense work. You don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to worry about trying to miss bats or anything like that. The pressure is off, a little bit anyways. Of course the pressure's on, but the pressure's abated a little bit when your teammate stakes you to a lead like that.
I like that word, abated. That's a really good word to throw in there.
My ACT score was great. Yeah.
I really, really do. Thomas Collier is seeing the mound for the first time in this event. He was a part of the ACCC Fall Showcase Tournament in September where PG Scouts saw him then. Great event gathering JUCOs together to get in front of pro scouts, four-year college scouts as well. We've had fun watching R.J. Johnson the last couple of days, a talented center fielder from Franklin to North Carolina as he leads it off and jumps ahead 1-0.
R.J. Johnson, it reminds me a lot of Ty Johnson from McLean we talked about earlier. Just a really good player. Maybe he's not the most powerful guy in terms of hitting the ball over the fence, but he knows how to get on base. He consistently takes great at-bats. He's willing to, wear one in the knee to get on base.
Yep.
He can play center field, just a well-rounded player who's going to be a huge piece for them this year, and then will also be a huge piece for Rutgers next year.
Keep an eye on him in 6 games. He's already got 4 stolen bases. He does have that hit by pitch. He's got 4 walks. He came into this game with a .385 on base percentage to open the year. He's got a double and a triple as well. So RJ is on. Cade Parker hits behind him, the Gulf Coast State shortstop.
And that's a throw your hands up and look at the sky moment there. If you're in the Dothan dugout, 3-0 lead, and we drill the first guy. Not how you want to start, but still, 3-0 lead. Just kind of get back within yourself, roll a ground ball here, try and get 2 outs.
Cade starting this year very strong in his first 6 games. He's got a .991 OPS. He's got 2 home runs, 3 stolen bases as well. 6 for 20 to open the year. He's got pretty explosive hands as he rockets that one foul.
And this is one of those guys that Coach Younger talked about being a key piece to the Gulf Coast State attack this year. Cade Parker, he's one of the sophomores in the lineup, in a lineup that features some freshmen. And we'll get to one at the bottom of the lineup I'm really excited about, too, in Landon Russell.
Worth keeping an eye on R.J. Johnson, as we told you. It's been 6 games, 4 stolen bases. He's been caught once. I can tell you this about this Gulf Coast State team early. They are aggressively swinging the bat. They're also taking their walks, but they've struck out 63 times in 6 games, as that one is in. So they're not getting cheated.
No, and it's kind of a byproduct of having, shooting for damage. And in my opinion, you can strike out a lot as a team as long as you walk a lot too. As long as you're getting your free bases, you're having runners on, so that when you do damage with your swing, there's runners on base.
Pretty good pitch. It's called low. To Brian's point, they're plus 102 batting average up to on-base percentage. Their on-base percentage .366, hitting .264 as a team, and that's what Brian's talking about.
Get on base. I don't necessarily care what the batting average is, as long as you're getting on base, and then you're able to do damage when you're on base, and that creates run production and all the above. The name of the game is to get on base, and then after that, it's we want to maximize what we can do with runners on base, and that's where we're doing damage at the plate comes in.
Cade Parker, the son of Josh and Holly Parker, and big brother to Carson, who is 15 years old. He was a 2019 1A Florida State Player of the Year. All district, all county, all 4 years of high school. And stayed home to go to JUCO locally. Swing and a miss. Good dive to that one. 3-2 the count.
I think I saw Dothan send a guy down to the bullpen to get ready there. It just, both coaches are saying, hey, we got plenty of arms on the bench. Maybe some of them are untested and we don't know what we're going to get, but we're not going to take any chances and leave guys out there too long. Great pitch.
Beautiful pitch. Strike 3 over the outside corner, and down he goes. Parker with a backwards K. 89 to 91 miles an hour thus far for Collier.
It's a great fastball. And maybe a touch off the edge, maybe a touch below the knees, but certainly in a place where the umpire can call it a strike and need to foul that off or something. That's a perfectly executed pitch.
Ethan Lazama, Masan Heights in Guam. Moved to be with family, friends, those that cared about him, to San Diego so he could play some in the United States. Was playing baseball in Guam. Went to East Lake High School in San Diego. Coach Younger found him and brought him to Panama City Beach, Florida. It's a wonderful story.
An aggressive hack there, and we've seen Lazama hit some balls really far to that pull side. He's got a ton of juice in that direction. Needs to be continue gaining consistency, swing to swing, at bat to at bat, in terms of his approach, and not expanding. But he's loaded with tools and ability and has serious upside.
He's all sorts of fun to watch play. When he was playing in his home country, he was All-Island first team 2 times. He said, one of my greatest challenges is moving so far away from home, understanding that even though my family is far away, that they support me even more from a distance. So Luzama is someone who just simply put loves baseball and wants to play as long as he can. One and one the count. Breaking ball never got there. And that kind of, look, there's a lot of ways, Brian, to say that sums up JUCO, but here's another way to say it. Player from another country gets to San Diego, can't find the right place to play. You know where the right place for him is? JUCO, and I love that.
Yep. And there you see a lot of international guys playing JUCO for no other reason other than the fact that their academic transcripts may not translate right away to a four-year school. And that's not anything in any sort of negative way about their academics. It's just the way the credits transfer, the way high school diplomas are counted, et cetera, et cetera. It kind of can differ sometimes, and American universities struggle a little bit with taking those. And so JUCO provides them an opportunity. It's a base hit in the right field.
Yeah, there's that lash ability that you talk about for Luzama. The bat just flies through the zone. He picks up a base hit.
And this is credit to Gulf Coast State here. They got punched in the mouth in the top of the first, got out of it, and now there's no hesitation. Had a hit by pitch, had a strikeout on a close one, and then a base hit here. There's no flinch, there's no fold or anything like that. They're here to play, and they're going to keep competing.
Luzama was 1 for 17 to open the season, so that's got to feel good. And by the way, the one, a homer.
It was a bomb, too.
As Jeremy Todd digs in. Big right-handed hitter, and he takes a strike over the outside corner. Todd's got one of those bombs this year. He's 3 of 16 on the season with that one homer, but he's walked 6 times, so his on-base percentage, .391 to open the year.
He's got a lot of physical strength. You can see a guy who can hit the ball really far.
Hits that one hard. Diving play by Wilmot. Incredible job as he trots to the bag. That maybe saved 2 runs. That would have gone all the way into the corner. What an incredible play by Warwick. Frustrating for Jeremy. Should have been rewarded for letting the ball travel deep in his stance and hitting it hard, but he wasn't. 3-0 the score through 1. 6-3 the score as we get right back to action. 0-1 the count. Jeremy Todd is back out on the mound. A 1-2-3 inning. Johnson, Parker, Lozama, and now flip it on over to the other side. Work Wilmot after a strike call. Rolls that one foul. No balls and 2 strikes to count. We're seeing Cade Parker swing on around and shift, something we won't see at the highest of levels. Breaking ball, it's shot back to the screen.
The name of the game here for Todd, just keep pumping strikes. Really not much you can do. Your team's got to score, and that's you included. You're coming up in the bottom half. But all you can do on the mound here is keep it what it is. Don't let him score anymore. Don't let him tack on.
Stays back, tries to hit it against that shift, but he hit it right to the shortstop. Walt McConnell had moved over a couple of steps, and he makes the play in time for the out. So those Rebels at JUCO, they can do other things like shift as well.
Definitely, it becomes a more creative way to play the game, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm excited to see what the big leagues look like with no shift, because after I see that, then I'll decide if I care or not. You know what I mean? I'm all for creating more offense. There's a part of me that believes that, hey, if the shift is there, then you better figure it out and hit it somewhere else. There's part of me that thinks that, but there's also a part of me that thinks that, we should let offense be offense in a way. But it's an interesting little conversation to have as far as what's best for the game and what's not. And I think we're going to find out rather quickly in 2023.
Ellis Yan with his second hit a moment ago. He also doubled in a run in the first inning. And so Sean Darnell, who singled and scored and also walked along with the strikeout. Darnell and his squad, the Governors on top. Their head coach, brand new head coach, Ryan Isle. C.J. Upshaw, his talented assistant, the two of them leading this team. As that one is rolled foul and trying to open his run as a head coach perfect and winning a huge event.
One way to stake a claim, first year of the job, your first games as a head coach at Dothan is you come to this invitational with some of the best teams in the country and just go ahead and win it. Why not? Get started hot.
1 ball and 1 strike the count. Jeremy Todd, third baseman, moves to the mound to work. Darnell takes that one out of the catcher's mitt, the pride of Wetumpka, Alabama. He's got the hit. He's got the walk today. Has him reaching 4 times safely overall in this event in 4 games. That one behind him. That one way behind him. To the backstop it goes. Runner moves into scoring position. Freshman Darnell wears one. He got hit by a pitch there. So that's the 3rd time he's been on today, finding ways to help his team. 2 runners on. Boy, they'd love a couple of more runs.
Absolutely. And Dothan's doing what they need to do here to keep chipping away. But Gulf Coast got to find a way to escape here unscathed. Got to give your offense a chance. And 3 is a lot better than 5 when it comes to a deficit.
Ash singled, scored a run last time up, goes after the first pitch. Too much for him that time. Back of second base, shallow right field. Russell calls off Lozama and makes the play for the out. 2 away in the inning. Corey Berry also singled last inning. He's 1 for 3. Comes up empty that time. Pitch right under his hands. Gulf Coast beat San Jack. They beat Meridian. They beat Florence Darlington Technical College. None of the scores crazy. Well-controlled 5-3 win, then a 9-5 win, then a 6-2 win over Flodar.
It's been good games throughout the course of the weekend. So lots of close games. We've had some go to extra innings. We've had a lot of 1 or 2 run games. Just good quality of competition here this weekend.
Prior to today's game, if you take a peek at what went on in the first 6 games for Gulf Coast, in their first 47 innings on the mound last weekend, this weekend, an ERA of 3.26 as a team, 52 strikeouts.
Good way to go about your business as a club. If you don't let the other team score a bunch, you don't have to score a bunch, and you can still win a lot of games.
Yeah, the one thing, but they're doing damage and reaching. Their strikeout tally as hitters is pretty high, but they're walking a bunch and they're reaching a bunch, and they're getting outs. Their pitchers are getting a lot of outs, so it's been a winning recipe for Gulf Coast. As that one is low and away, 2-2 the count. Christian Alpar's first 9 innings, no runs allowed, 13 strikeouts, no walks. Two. Breaking ball rolled foul. Carson Dorsey's first 8 innings, 1 earned run allowed, 11 strikeouts. But right behind him, Dalton Davenport, Slade Natureman, all pitching well too.
Those are freshmen too. Dalton Davenport's a guy that they're counting on in a rotation spot right away. And Natureman's been kind of their key arm out of the pen. He's pitched a couple times this weekend. Obviously, he wasn't eligible for today, and that'll push the go from lead to 4.
Yeah, you got to love what Corey Berry did there. Let it travel deep into his stance, doesn't try and do too much, and serves a beautiful line drive into left center field, as was described yesterday by one of the hitters that looked up to Joey Gallo. Backside opposite field, backside gap hitting. 7-3. Breaking ball waves right through that one. Back to the top of the order. Logan Johnson singled in a pair last inning. I got to know, Brian, anyone close? All you scouts, writers, experts, anyone close on the bracket of having this come together?
So if things hold, I will have picked 1/2 correctly because I had Gulf Coast State losing in the final. That was on my bracket. But I had them losing to Florida Southwestern.
Okay.
So no one had Dothan here, I don't think. So I think everybody's bracket's a little busted. I'd have to look at them all, but I may win with half credit. I may just claim it as a win with half credit because, I could do that. It's my show.
Sure.
But I'll take a look at the brackets and let you know. But I know no one picked Dothan. And I think we may have had a couple other guys who had Gulf Coast go this far. We were all pretty optimistic on them, but I'll take a look.
Okay. We'll get to the bottom of it. Breaking ball is high. I'm curious about once they select the MVP, who that's going to be.
Been having some discussions with Corey Hall over text as we sit here and talk about that exact topic.
3-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Good fastball chases. Well, either way, we'll find out about the MVP and the champion if it holds up here. Trying to start their season, and a man trying to start his head coaching career in an incredible way. It's Ryan Isle and Wallace-Dothan on top, 7-3, trying to win it all. Crowds visit for one of the first times this weekend as it turns to the evening and the sun sets across from the Gulf and dies down across the horizon. Meantime, we say goodbye to this event, but not before we play a minimum of one more half fun inning. This event's been incredible. Jeremy Todd leads it off. He was on the mound last couple of innings. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a run scored.
Gulf Coast finds himself in a situation that they were in already. They were down earlier, managed to scrape back. Obviously, we're in crunch time now, but you got to keep the same mentality. Just pass the line. No one's going to tie the game up with one swing here. No one's going to win the game by hitting a 7-run home run. Those don't exist. So just keep kind of taking at bats, keep going pitch to pitch, own the strike zone, get some runners on, and make some things happen.
Breaking ball, that's strike 3, and down goes Jeremy Todd for out number 1. Dorsey snapped off a beauty.
Yeah, just a good curveball there, and Todd came up empty, fishing there. It's probably a strike, probably a pitch that's called a strike, but still, good pitch there with a pitcher's count, making a good pitch.
Over the outside corner, some two-seam run to Coleman Rowan. Hit by a pitch, scored a run. Also walked and struck out today. Not a bad spot for that one, 1-1. Two balls and one strike the count.
And no pressure at all on Dothan here. No pressure at all on pitching here. Just rear back, throw fastballs over the heart of the plate, and let the defense get your help here.
That's exactly what he did, Brian. You absolutely described what just occurred. He threw him a BP fastball right down the middle, a laser beam to his left fielder. 2 outs.
You got, sometimes it's forgotten. There's like 8 other dudes on the field who want to help you out when you're pitching. They're trying real hard to help you the best they can. So, and I'm a big believer in missing bats as a pitcher. It's something that I believe in as a developmental thing and as well as an evaluative thing. But in this situation like this, man, you don't have to be crafty. You don't have to be any sort of weird mentality of I got to miss bats. Throw it over the plate, man. You got 8 dudes with gloves out there.
1-1 the count. Over the sinking fastball, Caleb Henry comes up empty. Caleb is singled, walked, and struck out. Colton Dorsey trying to lock this one down. Beautiful pitch over the inside part of the plate. 1-2 the count. Yikes, right up under his chin as he spins him out of the way.
Well, that's not very nice. Up 4, bottom 7, 2 outs, 2 strikes. That's not very nice.
The 2-2. Breaking ball. Missed. Inside. 3-2.
My right arm went up.
A little bit off the plate. Dylan Bradley was on it. He's taking it as far as he can. The 3-2 pitch. It's ball 4 and it's low. Not over yet. Henry does a nice job, earns himself a walk.
I'm told we do have MV pitcher and MVP selected. Be
Okay.
happy to share that as soon as we get our final out here.
Excellent. We'll watch Tyler Wave hit for the first time. Wide open stance, loads his back leg, and Wave lifts that one. Left side, hugging the line. Jan gives it a run, but it's foul. Wave out of Panama City, a local product, a true freshman, left-handed thrower as well. Dylan Bradley steps out from behind home plate. Everyone pauses, if only for a moment, and here we go. Inside, got the corner though. Ash did a nice job keeping it there.
Dothan is one pitch away from starting their season with a new head coach for the first time in almost 3 decades, winning the PCB Classic.
1-2 the count. Runner moved up to second base. Hits it the other way on a couple of hops. And it slips right on through into left field, and a run will score. It's 7-4.
That's kind of how you can kind of get going, get a little bit of luck on your side if you're the hitter there. And that was a ball that was sliced off the bat. I'm sure that had some crazy spin on it, but still a relatively routine play, a couple steps to the right. But good luck for Gulf Coast there. That's a cut into the lead. Now you're only down 3, and you still have a run around.
And you've got Walt McConnell hitting now. Right-hander against right-hander as it's pounded off the turf. 0-1 the count. Gulf Coast won 31 games last year. They were 31-18. The 0-1. Nice job blocking the slider by Ash. Runner goes ahead and takes second.
The old defensive indifference there.
The 1-1. Bouncing ball, charging is Vasquez. On the run, throws in time, and a victory. Visit Panama City Beach College Baseball Classic and a celebration for Wallace-Dothan as they win it with a perfect run this weekend. What a way to start his journey as a head coach for Ryan Isle. This team last year 1 win shy of the JUCO World Series. They honor Mackey Sasser by winning this event.
What a great run through this weekend for the Govs. What a way to really jump onto the radar and show, hey, we're for real. And we've known that for a long time. But under a new coach, you still have to kind of reassert yourself. And they did nothing but that this weekend. Good pitching, timely hitting, good defense overall, a well-rounded club, a balanced club. We saw them get key contributions from the bottom of their order. We saw their dudes come up in dude moments. Just a really good team, really good weekend, and they are the champs.
Tyler Younger, the head coach at Gulf Coast State and really the host of this event. They do such a nice job. Here's the final moment, Brian.
Yeah, and it's a nice play. That's not a routine play. You got to come in and on the charge, and it's a high bouncer, and it's up in the air, and the guy's busting down the line, and you have to get rid of that quickly, and it's not super easy to throw that accurately. But that was a strike across, and I think the entire state of Alabama knew that was going to be an out.
Nice job to lock it down by Colton Dorsey. There were certainly heroes today with those 7 runs being scored. Cade Snell was amazing. His home run early kind of set the tone, even though Gulf Coast battled right back. Snell had a great day. Gosh, Ellis Yawn had a great day. It was a couple of times on. Even at the bottom of the order, Corey Berry had an RBI, had a run scored, had a couple of hits as well.
Credit to Gulf Coast State. They had a great run, too. Just kind of ran out of gas at the end, and that's okay for a team that's playing as many freshmen as they did still. Just super, super talented. Lots of high-end talent on that Gulf Coast side, and they'll gel. And they got a really, really exciting contribution from Alex Collins today. True freshman arm who pitched a lot of good innings out of the bullpen. That's a piece they know they can count on now. Everybody who came here learned something this weekend about themselves. Early season, we understand that, but this is still premier talent, all collected together. Everybody was going to war with each other, and everybody who came, regardless of how successful they were, learned something about their club today.
There were some incredible performers, too, this weekend, Brian. Really were. I mean, Josh Alexander had 9 hits playing for Delgado Community. Derek Williams had a couple of home runs for Florida Southwestern. A lot of athletes really made strong statements as Corey Hall addresses both teams. He's the leader of this event, putting it on locally on behalf of Perfect Game. A very Perfect Game tradition of handing out the hardware to the second place team, to the winning team, to the most valuable pitcher, and also to the most valuable player as well. And so in this event, certainly tradition comes to where you see athletes that we say don't have a great attention span. Look at that attention span. They were just running around a moment ago, and now they're gaining their hardware and being addressed. What a fabulous event. The tradition of junior college baseball, Brian, 2 years now in the books, and it makes me starve for year number 3.
Yeah, I already can't wait to be back. It's such an incredible environment. A lot of that has to do with literally where we are. This complex is incredible. The Panhandle of Florida is a JUCO mecca in a lot of ways, specifically here at this gorgeous facility like we talked about. But getting all these teams here, all credit in the world to the PCB folks. Credit to Michael Candler, the athletic director from Gulf Coast State. That's the MV Pitcher Award there given to Chris.
So Christian Opar.
No walks.
No, go for it. Keep going. You cut out for just a minute, though.
Oh, my apologies. Christian Opar, MV pitcher. And now it looks like Mr. Hall is getting ready to hand out the MVP award. And I got a feeling this is going to someone on the other side.
Who is it, Brian?
That's Cade Snell. Doesn't matter when Snell hit the other day. The two-way player hit a bomb today. Had another base hit on top of that. Just a round player. Snell,
the MVP.
Second place trophy goes to Tyler Younger.
Yeah, Younger grabs that second place trophy. We're hanging with you, Brian. It's not on you. It's just, I think, a tech connection, but we're hearing a little bits of you. We see Tyler Younger there. And then the championship moment, and it goes for his first ever games period to Ryan Isle, and that's cool. Give it another shot, Brian. Share your thoughts on this team.
Just a really good team top to bottom. They got contributions from all throughout the lineup. Really strong pitching throughout the weekend. We saw different variations of arms, different things that guys do. They have guys that fill a variety of roles. They play together as a club. You can tell they love their new head coach. Nothing but upside for this Dothan group.
Congratulations to Wallace-Dothan. Congratulations to Gulf Coast State. We want to thank all of you for hanging out with us. We had all sorts of fun. It started with Gulf Coast out of the gates. I mean, they really brought the celebration early on Friday. We saw Gulf Coast with the victory, and then following it up, it was the team out of the middle of the country coming up with the win, as we saw the challenge of Northwest Florida and Wabash. And Wabash had all sorts of fun. Last night, back and forth they went, but in the end, it was Flodar. Florence Darlington was victorious over Florida Southwestern State. High fives all around. Those beautiful-looking uniforms, celebrating, too. Later on into the evening, more great baseball being seen earlier today. The championship at the silver bracket, we enjoyed that as well. Come one, come all, and who would have thought a Division II team like Meridian could hang in with McLennan, but they did so in the end. A wild pitch, a wild scamper to the plate, and then this championship game was incredible. A bomb early, and I mean a bomb from the MVP, the Don Sutton MVP, Cade Snell. He was incredible. His mates pitched in as well. Timely hitting late. Darnell, Ash, Barry all came around to score runs when they separated things. And the arm of Colton Dorsey locked this contest down. Dorsey and his mates, with this play, the champions. Year number 2 of this fabulous event. And we're celebrating. On behalf of our production team, who was incredible, Steve Banta leading the charge at our production headquarters in Southern California. I'm Darren Sutton here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Brian was on site, Brian Sikowski there at that gorgeous complex. Not sure what we'd do without his insights. And, of course, everyone that has traveled around the U.S. to pull this event together. Of course, Ian in New York, he got us on the air as well, our partners with Be Live. Until then, on behalf of Perfect Game TV, congrats to the Governors as they win it. Have a good night, everyone.